Okay, now I'm ready.
Crazy.
I had to go get all my stuff. This is gonna be
Do you miss the show?
this is gonna be a bit of a dangerous shot to take because less than 2 hours ago I slonked 6 raw eggs in half a cup of milk. So yay, booze and milk. The booze and the milk and the eggs, the raw eggs in my gut are gonna really combine well. What do you mean, why? So I could get, so I could get fucking yoked, I gotta be getting huge. So I'm on my month off from work, so I'm working out every day and slonking raw eggs, 6 raw eggs every day with milk. And it's actually, yes, exactly, on the Gaston diet. It's actually really good because you put a little bit of peanut butter in there, you throw a banana in there, maybe you do a little bit of cacao and some raw honey. It's fucking delicious. It tastes delicious. It's just super heavy, and it's like, I don't know, but the last time I started slonking, no. Oh my god, that was so funny. I was stuck on the weirdest freeze frame. The last time I started slonking, I immediately gained, like, a lot of strength. Like, I went from, like, 2 pull-ups to 5 in, like, 2 days. It was nuts. So, I'm hoping that this round of slonking, 1 month of slonking, just turns me into a complete fucking monster. And I get huge by the time I go back to work. So, cheers to the start of my vacation.
No, Nick, listen.
That is absolutely 100% true, Zep. That is why they scream at you to eat the plants. Did you see that fucking product that's called Just Egg? That's fucking, it's 100% fucking soybean processed fucking bullshit. And they want you to drink that instead of eggs. Like, oh yeah, let me drink your fucking processed hydrogenated soybean fucking bullshit instead of just cracking open an egg. It's absolutely a constant, a concerted, agenda to lower your testosterone levels. That shit's bad for you. Don't eat that shit.
If you could make what we always make, freely, kind of like whatever you want to do.
Don't
like
put anything in your body that fucking 20 years
For the
ago
most part
was
now, like
engine
the majority of them are
lubricant.
it's
So there's no new Gale videos, so we're gonna move on to Expanding Earth Theory. Oh, this isn't new. Okay. Expanding Earth from cool science videos. I also would like to check BitChute. I really gotta pee. I will be right back. Boop. Alright, let's do it. So, do you think that the Expanding Earth theory is ironic, sincere, post-ironic, or meta-ironic?
This video is brought to you by Virtue, a science and technology company offering research and development and consulting. The expanding Earth and continental plates movement. Earth is in constant movement through space and is always absorbing energy from the sun and the ether or dark matter from outer space.
What?
Earth moves in the solar
I'm sorry, what?
movement through space and is always absorbing energy from the sun and the ether or dark matter from outer space. Earth moves
I don't
in the
think
solar
the
system.
Earth is
The
absorbing
solar
dark
system
matter.
moves in the Milky Way galaxy and the galaxy moves in the universe. The
could
following
be
are
wrong.
the factors for the continent's movement, separation, and expansion. Number 1. The electromagnetic energy coming from the sun. The electromagnetic energy / current from the sun interacts with the inner solid core to create the electromagnetic induction effect, the magnetosphere, and the spin force, also known as the homopolar generator effect, in conjunction with the moon. This causes friction between the inner solid core and outer solid mantle or crust, and is a factor in creating the lava region.
Okay.
Number 2. The constant supply of the building blocks of matter. Atomic matter is composed of subatomic matter, also known as the ether / dark matter, etc. The subatomic
Are you
energy,
sure about...
the ether,
Okay.
dark matter, or subatomic matter, coming in through the poles from outer space, into the inner core, and into the inner earth layers. The molten lava region is constantly supplied by the subatomic building blocks of matter. The ether / dark matter / subatomic matter keeps the lava region increasing in volume and expanding by generating more molten mass.
What? So they're saying that solar winds, the little bits of fucking subatomic particles and like hydrogen and maybe a little bit of helium that gets thrown off by the sun, is being absorbed into the north and south poles and somehow making its way into the mantle? I mean, I don't know enough about physics to tell them they're wrong, but I feel like they're wrong.
This supply of energy keeps the lava region in constant mass volume growth. This constant growth of the lava region mass causes an outward push force of expansion on the crust / mantle of the planet. Number 3. The solid inner core expansion. The inner core spins at a higher rate than the shell / mantle due to the Faraday homopolar generator effect on the structure of the planet. Details on the homopolar generator effect are in the first episode of this series and will be linked in the description.
There's a
The inner
series?
solid core goes through an inflation and expansion effect due to the centrifugal force of spin. The inflation / expansion of the inner solid core is a very slow gradual process. As the inner solid core is enlarged, it pushes outward on the outer layers, the lava area, and the shell or mantle. The outward push force coming from the inside of the planet through the inner core and lava region causes the outer shell or mantle to enlarge and expand, causing the continents to constantly separate from each other.
Okay.
Number 4. The constant growth compounding of solid rock /
But, okay, so if that was the case, wouldn't the measurements taken of the circumference of the Earth when they were done in ancient Egypt now not line up with our measurements of the circumference of the Earth? Like, wouldn't those be inconsistent? Wouldn't those give us... We would be able to measure the rate of growth of the Earth.
Crystals and organic matter. Organic matter is in constant growth, death, and rebirth. It has a slow but constant accumulative effect on the surface areas of the planet. Crystal matrix formation. Many forms of rocks and crystals grow and expand at a very slow rate. These factors on a time frame of millions of years are all...
No, because plants only grow from accumulating organic and inorganic materials from around them. So they're not creating new mass out of nothing. That's my problem with this theory, is that it requires the creation of mass out of nothing. Crystals do not grow out of nothing. They require the presence of the elements that make up the crystals in the location that they're in. So, like, oh wait, no, not fluoride. I'm sorry, fluorite. I always confuse those two. Like, if we look at samples of Illinois fluorite, right? Illinois fluorite, here we go. Look at this shit, right? When this crystal started growing, the impurities in the rock, in the liquid that would have been around this crystal, caused it to be yellow. Over time, due to changes in the surrounding area, the material changed to be pink, and then blue, and then purple. Illinois fluorite grows in this way. Even look at this fucking sample. I have seen this sample in a video. It's absolutely stunning. But you can see there are multiple generations of growth of this crystal. There is the first yellow layer, then the purple layer, then the blue layer. And they all grow from slightly different concentrations of chemicals in the surrounding rock. And Illinois fluorite looks like this so much. I absolutely love Illinois fluorite. Oh my god, look at that. Yet again, I'm using my absolute fucking geeking out about... I want this. Oh my god. Using my absolute geeking out about fucking crystals to debunk crazy bullshit on the internet. It's just... I don't know, man. That's just the way it works.
Also a cause of
you can't
rust
create something out of nothing. We learned this from Full Metal Alchemist.
The four previous factors is what causes Earth to constantly expand.
Even the
grow,
Philosopher's
and increase
Stone
in size
has a
and
cost.
diameter. The continental movement needs to factor in the kinetic force of Earth's spin on the surface of the planet, the surface wind and currents, and the drag effect on the surface of Earth. As an example of expansion, if a balloon was inflated to 30 centimeter diameter, then painted over with a thick layer of mud and left it dry, and if we were to then further inflate the balloon to grow by a few centimeters in diameter, we would observe portions of the mud surface areas splitting and separating from each other, as do the continents on Earth's surface.
Okay.
The Pangea Theory.
Pangea.
The Pangea Theory consists of a hypothesis of a supercontinent that existed during the late Paleozoic and early Mesozoic eras.
I like the way he read that, because you can tell he's never read it out loud before. Paleozoic.
Assembled from earlier continental units approximately
I've read it out loud before because it's a Yu-Gi-Oh archetype.
To break apart about 175 million years ago. In contrast to the present Earth and its distribution of continental mass, much of Pangea was in the southern
Yeah, you just have to kill an entire nation, yeah. You don't live forever, either. You don't live forever. You get the accumulated life energy of all the people you killed.
Pangea was the most recent supercontinent to have existed and the first to be reconstructed by geologists. The Pangea theory is half correct. The fact that all continents fit together like a puzzle is 100% correct. However, this theory gets it wrong by not realizing that this is due to an expanding/enlarging Earth and not surface continental movement.
Exactly. If you just kill enough... Well, and the other thing is, when you live long enough, right? If you live like 10,000 years because you killed a moderately sized city, you have 10,000 more years to make another Philosopher's Stone. Like, you're good to go. You're fine. You're not gonna die. You just have to, you know, every time society kind of forgets that there's a nation-devouring vampire, you just do it again.
Absorption. This process of the dark matter/ether,
Easy.
also known as subatomic matter, being pulled in through the poles and penetrating into the inner layers of the planet, interacts with the lava and the outer layers of Earth.
I want to
aided by
rewatch
the
Full Metal
electromagnetic
Alchemist Brotherhood
induction
now.
effect of the inner cores out of
I'll
sync
put that
spin
on my list
with
for this
the
year.
outer shell and crust.
We're
This
doing
has an
G
energy
Gundam right
supply
now.
effect of supplying energetic fuel for the deep
Yeah.
lava and matter to grow.
I mean,
These are the main factors for
Yeah.
Earth's continuous growth.
You could tell me that the US government overthrows countries so that they could use their populations to create philosopher's stones, and I'd probably believe you.
Expansion. Earth, and possibly other planets, is like an organism.
Where are they getting
in
this
constant
footage from?
growth, always increasing in size due to the following three factors. 1. The electric or electromagnetic currents, radiation heat.
Are you literally
energy
just
from
repeating
sun.
the video?
2. The unlimited supply of the subatomic building blocks of matter. Ether, dark
I don't
matter,
think you can
subatomic
just
matter from outer space.
make
3.
there
Constant motion.
first of all, okay. Number 2, point 2 is wrong on several fucking points, and I need to explain them. So the term aether comes from a pre-1950s understanding of how space worked. So before we went into space and before we started studying space, we thought that it wasn't empty, that it was full of something called ether. And the idea was that, much like water is a medium that things can flow through and air is a medium that things can flow through, in order for radio waves and energy to flow through space, there had to be some sort of medium for it to move through. So that medium was named ether, and this was the ether theory. As soon as we started sending things into space for the first time to learn about it, we realized that that wasn't true. And now we know that there's nothing out there and it's just vacuum, right? So ether does not exist. This is just not a thing that is real. Also, dark matter. Dark matter, as far as I'm aware, correct me if I'm wrong, because again, I'd like to point out I'm a college dropout, but who lives in a basement. Dark matter is not physical. It just something to do with gravity. It does something with gravity, and it helps hold fucking galaxies together. As far as I'm aware, we have no recorded cases of dark matter spontaneously turning into regular matter. You know what I mean? And then subatomic matter, sure, you got me there. I'm sure the tiny bombardment of protons and electrons and shit from the sun are really, and photons are really increasing the mass of the Earth by large enough amounts to cause the crust to split open.